Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bad Tammy. For today's video, we are doing a mukbang, whatever you call it. Tazana's here, so if y'all hear her, y'all know she always got to put her 2 cents in. So for this mukbang, I decided to include it with a story time. I asked y'all on Instagram what questions y'all wanted me to answer, or what is like the main topic y'all wanted me to talk about, and most of y'all wanted me to talk about my pregnancy story. Y'all been asking me for my pregnancy story since your girl popped, so I'm finally gonna give it to y'all. I also want to start the video off by saying Happy New Year's to everybody. This is my first official video of 2021, so let's get into the video. So I got some seafood. We got some crab legs, some shrimp, corn, potatoes, all that good stuff. I got me a ginger ale. If you know, then ginger ale is my favorite drink, and I got me some water just in case, and I got me some napkins. As I was looking through the questions on Instagram, most of them were the same ones, which were when did I find out I was pregnant and what my reaction was, what were my sisters and my family's reaction when they found out, and basically just like my delivery story. But let me start off by eating a little bit because I'm full. I mean, I'm hungry. You want some? I'm trying this new spot out, and it's so far so good. The sauce.
It's spicy?
All right, let me just get a few bites in. So let's start this off by basically me finding out I was pregnant. So I'm the type of girl that pretty much tracks her period and all that stuff. Like, I've always been on top of it. And of course, I realized I missed my periods. And I realized this on my mom's birthday trip that we took to the beach, which was around April 13th. That's her birthday. She pretty much, that's my boyfriend, he pretty much knows my cycle too. He like knew what was going on. I was kind of so more like in denial, not trying to accept the fact, and he was excited. He like, we having a baby. I didn't really know how to feel about it. I knew me and Chi was like something serious. Having a family and babies was something we had already talked about. She said it's spicy. It's spicy, mommy. Sorry. It does have a little spice to it though. Oh, and I wanted to give y'all a heads up. I have like pictures and videos. It's like I'm explaining the story. I'm gonna be inserting them to, like, you know, just back my story up better. Some of the pictures may be like nasty or gross to some of y'all. Long story short, I was 18 or 19 at the time. I felt like I was just still so young to have a child. I always said I wanted to have my first child at 23, so that was pretty much how I felt. I felt like I wasn't ready for a child, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory. My boyfriend at the time, he had a lot of court stuff going on. That was one of the main things that was a red flag for me. He had literally just got out of jail after doing like 4 or 5 months. Going back to jail for a longer time was a big possibility, and I knew that me having a child for the first time, dealing with it alone by myself without my partner, wasn't something I wanted to do. So that was like a big issue when I first found out. Y'all, this food is so good. I have not had seafood in like so long, so sorry if I get carried away with the food. So dealing with all that, I pretty much kept it to myself for so long. Only me and Chi knew. We didn't tell nobody. Well, I don't know if he did, because he kind of has like a big mouth, but me personally, I didn't tell nobody.
Okay.
I think he told his mom, matter of fact. When I found out it was April, like I mentioned, April, May, June, July, August. So for 4 months, because I told my sisters, I think the end of August. So that's like 4 months. So for about 4 months, I didn't tell nobody. I kept it a secret. I didn't pretty much tell them. They were seeing like the change in me, because one thing about Tammy back in the day, I did not play about my flat stomach. Your girl was always on flat.
Boy, if you don't get,
I guess they could see like the weight I was putting on. And I just remember Claudia making like a joke about it, and she like asked me without asking me, like, you pregnant? And I was just like, yeah. And that was pretty much it. I think Nana was with her. I'm not really sure. Around that time, like, we used to have sister meetings like once a week. So we set up a sister meeting, and that's how I decided to tell everybody else, and they thought it was a joke. Yeah, they basically didn't really give a reaction, like being mad, sad, happy. I feel like They was just like, oh, this bitch is pregnant. Mind you, I said I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I wasn't going to any doctor appointments or nothing. So when I finally decided to tell my sisters and stuff, that's when it really like felt real. My boyfriend set up my first doctor's appointment. It was like, it's happening. So I went to my first doctor's appointment. I think like that same week after Nana's birthday. I heard the baby's heartbeat for the first time because I was already so far along. The heartbeat.
It's right here.
Dile que no quieres saber gender.
So I'm gonna just.
She's not giving me that, right? No
What?
gender.
No, just heartbeat.
Okay.
I'm gonna tuck this in, okay? Down like that. That way we don't get jelly on your clothes, okay? Sorry, it's cold. Just cold jelly. It may take a minute. Since I don't know where the baby is right. Baby heartbeat. Hear it? It's like. Really loud.
That's loud.
Sounds good. Sounds healthy. It's the right speed. Pretty cool, huh? You excited? You scared?
Yeah.
Both?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll clean you up. Okay, hold on.
So yeah, then I made my appointment for my ultrasound and I'm gonna insert that. I think I was already like 26 weeks. I didn't really tell my mom. I feel like she kind of already pretty much know, like, that's my mom. Like, she didn't really say too much. She was just like, she's there for me as a mother. She didn't really give her input of her being like mad about it. And my parents are separated, so she was like, you need to tell your dad, because she didn't want to be in the middle of that. My dad is this very serious person. He's very strict, and he didn't know he didn't know I had a boyfriend. He didn't know anything, so that made it more scary for me to tell him. I was gonna tell him I was pregnant, and he was gonna be like, first of all, I didn't even know you had a man. So I told my dad, I had called him like, I need to talk to you. I pulled up on him. Let me tell y'all too, I'm a daddy's little girl. If you ask my sisters, they always say I'm my dad's favorite and this and that. So he didn't take this very well. He was mad. He was like crying and stuff like that. And I'm Hispanic, like I'm Mexican. So I feel like he expected something different from me. I think he expected me to go to school and have a career. I don't know. He eventually got over it. He had no choice. That was pretty much everybody's reaction. So September went by. I feel like it went by fast because I kept it a secret for so long. So I feel like I didn't really get to enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it, period, because she's finna go left. One of the questions too is, what was my symptoms and did I feel sick? I used to feel real sick. I used to, like, as soon as I used to wake up, I used to have to eat something. If I didn't eat, I used to feel real empty. The feeling is like when you're hungry, you know you're hungry, but when I was pregnant, it was like a whole different type of hunger. It was like I felt so empty inside. And when I was having that feeling like of being hungry and I didn't eat something within like a specific time, when I finally did put something in my stomach, it's like it didn't want it and I would throw up. So that's how I was. I used to feel like I needed something to eat every hour or so. I used to feel real tired all the time. I literally used to sleep all the time. And I think too, that's how my sisters kind of caught on to it, because I was always sleeping. And I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm a very outgoing person. To top it off, I started getting swole. You know, pregnant people get swole, get fat, whatever. Get the fat face and all that. But mine was that times 10. Oh no. Oh no. And when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. My swole was on top 10. My feet was so fat. My hands was so fat. My face, everything. I just didn't feel pretty. On top of that, my face started breaking out so bad. So on top of being a fat face bitch, I was breaking out. All my aunts around me and stuff, they started noticing it wasn't looking normal. So they always used to tell me like, you need to ask your doctors, why are you getting swole so much and stuff like that. And I would ask and they'd be like, you know, it's normal. So this is when I started to notice that like things wasn't okay, because y'all know how like pregnant girls have to use the bathroom a lot. I didn't have to use the bathroom for nothing. But once nighttime came, I literally used to have to pee every 10 minutes. So I would be up all night just using the bathroom, not being able to get comfortable because I would have to get up every 10 minutes to use the bathroom. I wasn't gonna sleep. I was swole, I was fat, I was breaking out, I was feeling sick. It was just like, it wasn't really nothing I could do. Like, that's just being pregnant. So at night, I was having the worst headache ever. I was the type of person that I had never, ever in my life had experienced a headache. So I was like, oh my God, I was hurting real bad. But I was just taking the pain, that if I'm feeling pain or something hurts, I'm gonna take it until I can't no more. If it's not serious, like I'm not dying, I'm not gonna talk about how like my pain. And the headache lasted all night. The next morning, my headache had got worse. I used to have to take my little sister to school, Karen, in the morning. She was like telling me that she was ready for school, and I was telling her, I have a real bad headache. I'm not gonna be able to take you. Tell my mom to take you. My mom took her. I'm kind of full already. Yeah. At that point, I made a doctor's appointment. My headache was so bad, it's like my vision was starting to get like blurry. Like, you know how when you can see like the little black speckles in your vision? I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but my vision was like that. So my mom took me to my appointment. As soon as I walked in, they took my blood pressure and all that, and it was like, girl, you have preeclampsia, your blood pressure is through the roof, and you can have a seizure at any given moment. I had to check into the pregnancy department. I checked in, it was October 31st. Basically, I had preeclampsia. I don't know if most of y'all know that, but it's basically a high-risk pregnancy. Most young moms get it and older moms get it. I don't know why, but your body doesn't release fluids like you're supposed to. It's holding them in, and that was the reason of why I was so swole, because all like the liquids that my body was taking in, it wasn't releasing. And even though I was using the bathroom at night, it wasn't enough because I wasn't throwing everything. I wasn't releasing all the fluids that I needed to. My due date was December 25th. They was talking about keeping me in the hospital till December 25th. I checked in October 31st. So I was gonna be in the hospital for a whole month, really. But it didn't go that way, because as soon as I checked in, they put me on some medicine to make my blood pressure come down because it was so high, and the medicine that they gave me was not good. This is when shit goes left. They pumped so much into me so fast because, like I said, my blood pressure was so high, and they wanted to get it back down. It was not good for me or for the baby. The medicine they was giving me was going through the IV, and it was a liquid. So because they was giving it to me so fast, it was putting more fluids into my body on top of me not releasing fluids, so it made me get more swole. I feel like it made the situation worse. From the very beginning, when they gave me this medicine, they said that it was supposed to make me feel like calm, chill, it's supposed to relax me, and it did the total opposite. I just felt like not myself. So I felt like that for 2 days. It was the same routine, like me having to use the bathroom only at night, and that's when the nurses will have to come help me because I couldn't even lift myself up to use the bathroom. And it was like that, like I said, frequently throughout the whole night. And you know, when you check in, they give you like the little baby monitor. They say that you have to lie a certain way, and like the way they was telling me, it was very uncomfortable for me. When I used to feel comfortable, it wasn't comfortable for her. Like her heartbeat was like dropping and stuff like that. So I was uncomfortable. I used to have to pee. I couldn't hold myself up, and I just didn't feel like myself. So then on that third night, November 3rd, the medicine had just like took over me, and I was explaining to my mom, I was like, because my mom stayed there with me the whole time because she couldn't, because like I mentioned, he had court stuff going on. He was on house arrest. so he couldn't even come to the hospital after a certain time. So my mom was with me the whole time, and I was telling her I don't feel good. I feel like I can't breathe. I finally called the nurses, and I was telling them this medicine is making me feel like this, and like this is how it's supposed to make you feel. It's relaxing you. I'm like, no, get me off of this medicine. I can't breathe. So they decided to take me for some tests on my lungs. When the results came back, it basically told them that the medicine, the liquid, was filling up my lungs, and that's why I was feeling like I couldn't breathe. So from that moment on, everything got very serious. They had to get Tazana out in 15 minutes. I just remember them saying, like, we have 15 minutes. We have 15 minutes. We need to get this baby out now. So they rushed me into an emergency C-section. I wasn't woke. They put me to sleep. When I woke up, I kept feeling this pain on the side of my stomach, and I kept explaining to the doctors, like, this pain is like on my C-section cut. But you know, they think they know everything, and they're trying to explain to me like that's how I was supposed to feel because of the C-section. It wasn't like necessarily on my C-section. It was like on top of it, and it was like bulgy on one side. You know, you have birth, your stomach doesn't automatically go back flat. My stomach was like, you know, still round, but it was so more round on this side than on the other side. I was right how I was feeling. They came back and they had to reopen my C-section. They had to reopen my C-section. They drained more blood from it because they said it was blood all up there, and that's why it was bulging, that's why it was hurting. And they explained to me that the wound was gonna stay open, and I had to pack it with some medical gauze, and it was gonna close basically on its own, and it didn't. I had this open wound on my stomach for I think 8 or 9 months. I would have to pack it every day. I used to have to go to a doctor's appointment every week for them to check up on. It was basically the same news, like, oh, we're just gonna wait for it to close on its own, and it just never was seeming to close. It would close a little bit, but it would never close all the way. I used to deal with that every day until they finally decided to have a separate surgery just to close it back up. Y'all used to ask me, like, what did I get surgery on? It wasn't nothing like for my body. I had to get my C-section wound closed back up. But could you imagine living life with an open wound on your stomach? Like, could you imagine living with that for 9 months on top of being a new mom? So that's why I say my experience wasn't good. It wasn't like the normal, like a normal pregnancy. When she was born, she was only 3 pounds, so she wasn't able to come home immediately after with me. Because of that, she had to stay in the NICU for literally a month. She didn't come home until November 25th, a day before my birthday. She finally got to come home. After I gave birth, I think I stayed in the hospital for like a week because my blood pressure wasn't coming back down to normal, and they wanted to keep watching that. And they was like teaching me how to deal with the open wound and how to pack it and stuff like that. I felt like I didn't really get to have that like mom and daughter bond most moms have when they first deliver babies, because it was like so serious and so like last minute. They just opened me up, took her, and needed to give her the medical help that she needed right away, and then get the medical help that I needed as well. So I didn't get to see her for the first time, I think 3 days after I gave birth. When I did finally see her, I just felt like sad. Like, she had so many tubes, so much going on. Like, she was so little. Basically, she had to deal with so much as soon as she came into the world. So I feel like that's why she's strong as hell. Literally, that little girl is strong as fuck. I still have the video from when I first went to see her. Okay, so today is November 6th. 3:38. What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
What's your baby's name?
Tazana.
Tazana.
Hey, you can show.
What made you choose that name?
Nana picked it, and Chi liked it because it has his grandma's name in it.
Okay. If there was something you could have done different, like while you was pregnant, what would it be? You wouldn't change nothing? Okay. Is you happy? Is you happy?
Yes. Pero sí, pendejo.
I don't even know what to ask. They ain't got no good questions on here. If you could do it again, would you get pregnant again, or would you wait?
Yeah.
You would do it again? Do you want a girl or a boy next?
Boy.
A boy. Did you want a girl at first?
No. Sure. They come on this side.
Oh. So Tasana can see these videos when she get older. How she was a little baby. Look at the little baby. Look, Tasana. That's how you spell your name. That's where you was at.
I think it's that eating now. Cause look like it's going
And it's your auntie Nana recording. I chose your name, so I'm be your fan, auntie. Oh, she eating right now?
It looks like it's gone.
What is it like being a new mom? Or you still haven't got the experience it yet? So everything feels still like normal?
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
Big questions.
Yeah. Say bye.
Bye.
We'll see you guys another day. Make Tasana wave. Bye-bye.
I wanted to keep stuff like that for memories. And then the crazy part about it is that very first day that I finally went to see her in the hospital, I couldn't even walk.
Haciendo su esfuerzo de enfermera con su hermana.
Acá era.
La enfermera Nana. Una sonrisa para la cámara, Nana.
¿A qué hora son? A las 4.
32
PM. Y esta es la fecha de hoy.
Sí, ahí está la fecha, la enfermera. Tiene que hacer su trabajo bien. Si no, no va, van a pagar.
Like they used to have to push me in a wheelchair. So when I came back to my room that same afternoon, my wound that they had opened up, it just like blood just started coming out and it was everywhere. I was just like, what the hell? Everybody, my mom, everybody was like, what is going on? So we called the nurse back in there and they tried to like pack it back up and was telling me that I needed to take it slower. I can't be forcing myself to do too many things. Off the top of my head, this is all I can really think of for my pregnancy story. I hope I didn't miss anything. So I covered how I found out, my reaction, my sister's reaction. I gave y'all the tea on my symptoms, how I felt, how it wasn't good. I gave y'all my deliverance story. I gave y'all the open wound story. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, one of the other questions a lot of people kept asking too was, did I want more kids, or when was I planning to have more kids? I really don't want to think about that right now. Like the experience that I had, I don't want any kids anytime soon, but I definitely want more kids. Me and my sisters, like, we're all we got in this world. You need people, and I feel like family is the people that you really need the most. So why not give my daughter the same thing that I have? So I definitely want more kids, but I just don't want any kids right now. I feel like I want to wait a little longer till Tazana is more grown. But other than that, you know how moms be like, I would do it all over again just for her, and I feel I feel the same way. Like, it's so crazy how much I had to go through just for Tazan. And that is it for this mukbang slash pregnancy story. I was been over this food. I was already full. I think it's because I was talking and trying to eat at the same time. I hope y'all kind of get a understanding of not even half of what I had to deal with in order to bring my baby into this world. That is the end of this video. Comment if y'all want me to do more story times with y'all, or do y'all want to see me do other mukbangs. Comment that down below, and comment what y'all think about my experience. Do y'all feel like that is something y'all could have dealt with? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the post notification so you get notified when I make a new video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at badtammy_, and I will see y'all in my next video.